Hi there again, guys. This is Mus from MK Survival. Going to do another knife review of the compact forest knife made by Bark River, teamed up with the American Knife Company. I've had this little knife for a little while now, but I've never ever used it. This is the first time that I'm going to use it, is showing you guys. Here it is. Let me just take it out. That's the compact forest knife. I've got the lanyard here because it's so much easier to pull it out the sheath. The sheath really does retain this knife really well. That's not going anywhere, that knife. Quick bit about the sheath. When I first picked this knife up, I did not like the sheath at all. Didn't think it looked good or anything, but now it has become my #1 favourite sheath, because I love to carry my knives like this, because you can sort of sit down, and as long as they're kind of sort of the width of it isn't too wide, then it's quite comfortable when you sit and get up, so forth. But the sheath is so slim that it is the most comfortable one in this position. And again, to draw the knife out, you'd have to use part of the lanyard to pull and just take the knife out, and there you go. But we're going to get straight into the review and see what it can do. Alright? You're going to notice here, struggling a little bit to get some shavings going here. That was due to the type of wood that I was using. It was more that coal type wood, which had a lot of snag points in it, and I couldn't get a smooth run on the knife. So I'm not doing the knife any justice here at all. It can obviously do this job a lot better than it's showing. So I went searching for another bit of wood. I eventually found another bit of wood and thought I had the camera on recording. Unfortunately, when I got back to edit, I found out that it wasn't actually recording. So it can do this a lot better than you're seeing, guys. Right, just to show you it can go through this wood quite easily, I started to make a fire stick, kind of like a fire stick, just to show you how it can bite into the actual wood. Especially with the gloves on, it was quite alright. The only uncomfort I was getting is where it was snagging, and there was parts of sort of hard pressure. Now this bit of wood here is a tough bit of wood. As you can see, making a tent peg, using the tip of that knife is so useful. I really love the tip of that knife. Job well done. Again, at this point you can see a lot of snagging going on, but it gets through this bit of wood. Once it smooths out, it actually becomes a lot easier. using near enough near to the tip, little fine shavings it can do. It's a great knife for woodworking. Obviously full tank construction, so it's going to be a solid knife, as you're going to see with the part of baton. And obviously you don't go around batoning your knives, but as this is a demo, everyone keeps pointing out to me you don't use knives to baton with. Get that, understand that, and you don't really do that, but this is a demonstration. It's just showing you that if you wanted to, or just showing you how the knife is capable, it's tough enough to do it. But don't do it. Oops, that wasn't very good. This isn't a hard bit of wood, to be honest with you, it's quite soft, so this was really easy to get all the way through. It is an A2 tool still, so it stayed sharp all the way through this whole demonstration, as you're going to see the food prep later on, where I hadn't sharpened the knife or anything. So I'm digging the tool still. It's just under 4 inches long blade, so it's just perfect, the right size for me. All my blades tend to be 4 inches or just under. Blue, blue. That's blue right there. Oh, some asparagus. This is the dog's dinners that I prepared by, mind you, and by the way. This one's going through it fairly easy. Obviously it is, it's a sharp knife at the end of the day. But the spine is about 3mm thick. But it's alright so far. I thought there'd be a little bit more resistance in it, but there ain't. It's quite alright. Let's see how thin I can go. Right, let's get the tomato out. Quite thin cuts, not all the way through, it's not symmetrical all the way through, but it is quite a thick knife, but you can still go quite thin. That's it. Right, so that was the end of the demo. Right, one thing I didn't mention about this sheath was that it was magnetised at the back, so as you can see it just sort of sticks to the blade, which also helps with the retention, which I was talking about you need the lanyard hold for. Very nice sheath, well stitched, just love it, my favourite sheath. Anyway, enough about that. Right, the knife, absolutely like it. Going through wood, especially with this tip here, making temp pegs was a dream. I would say to you, if you're not experienced with using knives, do not buy this blade. You can easily slip up. So if you're going to buy a knife, you're relatively new to this, then please go for something with some sort of a thumb protector here, thumb guard, shall I say, because you need to have some sort of experience using these knives. Even when you've got experience, you can easily just get into the rhythm and, you know, cut yourself by accident. So yeah, for experienced users only, I would suggest. It's a beautiful looking knife. This is the cobalt version, which I thought was the nicest one that I got at the time. I love the blade. It is 3.875 inches long, which is just ideal for me. That's why I keep coming out with these sort of knives. It's just what I prefer using for the tasks that I do. It's about 3mm thick, which again surprised me that with the food prep it was slicing through there quite easily and nicely. I love the shape of this knife. Be good for skinning. Great position for that. I haven't really got anything bad to say about this knife. It is just beautifully made. It's just excellent with the lanyard hole here. This is actually bolted on, so there's no chance that that's coming off. It's a solid, beautiful looking knife. It's a Scandi come convex grind, which I like using for sort of woodwork. I know in the video you couldn't really see it do justice on making shavings and stuff, but trust me, it would excel at that if you got the right bits of wood. Other than that, it's a superb knife. I mean, it weighs 4.7 ounces, so it's super lightweight for a bushcraft knife, being a full tang one. I love it. Great knife. Definitely going to be using this. Just before we go, let's see how sharp it is after all that it's been through. Everything it's cut you guys have seen, apart from the video of the feather sticking that I've done, which didn't come out. So let's see how it'll go through. Look at that. Little curlies. Excellent. Right, fantastic. Hope you enjoyed. Tune in for another one.